Something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades. Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums a beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back. We know we had options yesterday. Guys, we know on the weekend we're the only game in town. We should move up slightly tonight going into tomorrow. Then CME open Sunday night. Now, depending on where yields at, it's going to let us know whether we're going to get a slight pump or a big pump at the beginning of the month. We have the election, plus we have Jerome in the house. So you know it's going to be a roller coaster ride this week. So make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates on Friday were up. We had the dollar up also on Friday. Started down, but started to move up as the day went on. And then we have volume and crypto down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Tether announces the launch of UAE Durham Peg stable coin on ton. And guys, we see these stable coins keep moving. These tokenized funds keep moving. Why? Because they're building this fourth industrial revolution right in front of the sheep's eyes. They have no clue. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $155 billion. And yes, you heard that correct. Is dropping. Make sure you're pulling on a daily basis during the week. And I told you, this repo was going to end soon because of the volatility in the market. We almost lost $1 trillion in one day. And guess what? It was for no reason. So drop nearly $1 trillion on Thursday. Come back on Friday. Get some of it back. But you can clearly see the markets are ran by nothing but an algorithm. Nothing is real. And again, guys, we have the election, plus we have Jerome in the house. And will he cut rates? After that jobs number, 12,000 jobs. And we know once they revise that, it's going to be in the negative. And we see all these companies making cuts. You have Wendy's of all, closing 140 stores. I don't know where you're at, but I've never seen an empty Wendy's. Where I'm at, the line be wrapped around the door because, of course, they have those $5 and $6 menus. I'd be feeling sorry for the workers. But they're closing 140 stores. And if you're a part of my Patreon, we know these layoffs, these bankruptcies, they just keep on coming. But with those jobs numbers, that gives the Fed a reason to cut 25 basis points while we still have inflation. Now remember, guys, this inflation that we have right now is nothing but corporate greed. These prices are not going back to 2019. Only thing they had to do was drop the prices. And of course, they're going to do it, but they want to hold all these mom and pops' feet to the fire. So then therefore, only thing that's left are these big corporations. And the only thing that big corporations have to do is start shutting down, cutting back. So therefore, they can bring in the robots, algorithms, and drones. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin was down. Ethereum ETFs were up. And getting over into a little crypto news, we have U.S. store chain Sheets expands crypto payments via Flexa. And of course, guys, this is just a push for adoption. And these digital assets are close to being seamless. And we see that all these major exchanges or big blockchains have teamed up with Visa and MasterCard. So it's the same players that the people are going to recognize, and they'll never notice they're using digital assets, especially when it comes to stable coins. And then we have SafePal launches Telegram crypto wallet with Visa card support. And again, guys, just pushing adoption. Now we have UBS launches tokenized money market investment fund on Ethereum called UMINT. And of course, they're joining BlackRock, Franklin Templeton. We've seen everything being tokenized and put on blockchain. They're just starting with the financials first, and then, of course, it is going to seep through the rest of the economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, we have 21 shares filed for an XRP spot ETF with the SEC. Now, with the SEC having a lawsuit, we know these companies know for a fact the SEC is not going to approve that. That makes no sense whatsoever. But remember, Grayscale kicked it all off by winning a lawsuit. So, of course, if Ripple wins a lawsuit, this is going to kick off these XRP spot ETFs in the U.S. And 21 shares already has a XRP ETP. But again, in the U.S., we have the SEC with these lawsuits. We know Jay Clayton kicked it off, and now Jay Clayton, a supporter of these digital assets. You can't make this stuff up. But remember, guys, your life is an illusion, and TV is your reality. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.